Can you bring a wrongful death lawsuit in New York if there was no autopsy done? You want to know the answer? Come join me for a moment as I share with you some great information. Hi, I'm Gerry Oginski. I'm a New York medical malpractice and personal injury attorney, and the answer is yes, you can. But why is it so important, and why do most really good attorneys ask you whether or not an autopsy was done? I'll tell you why. An autopsy is a critical component, it's a critical tool to help us understand why your family member died. You see, one of the things that we have to be able to show is, was there wrongdoing? Did the wrongdoing cause harm? Is the harm significant or permanent? Obviously, in the case of a death, yes, it is. But now we have to go back, and we have to understand why this person died. It's not enough to simply read the death certificate which says, person died of cardiopulmonary arrest. You know what that means? It simply means that their heart stopped. It simply means that their breathing stopped. That's it. It doesn't delve into why their heart stopped. It doesn't explain why their breathing stopped. In case you don't know, an autopsy is a clinical examination of a person who died. It's done by a doctor who specializes in trying to get to the bottom of why someone died. These doctors are called pathologists. And those doctors perform a detailed examination to try and figure out why this person died. Maybe there was something suspicious. Maybe there was something criminal going on. We don't know. Or maybe there was a hint by a doctor or a nurse that now, within a certain period of time after a surgical procedure was done, now your loved one died. And you have to get to the bottom of why that person died. So we ask all the time, was an autopsy done? If it was, now we go ahead and see what was the cause of death. Was there a secondary cause of death? Were there other possible causes that may have contributed to their death? Maybe they were elderly, maybe they had kidney damage, maybe they had some underlying metabolic disease. There could be many, many reasons why somebody may have died, or that something that was done contributed to their death but was not the sole cause. Now, once we've identified the actual cause that contributed to this person's death, we can work backwards to see how that came about. What was the mechanics of how this person developed this problem? Was it a failure to diagnose? Was it because a doctor gave too much medication? Was it because of something done improperly during surgery? And then we can backtrack and try and put the pieces together to see how the person came to be in this horrible situation. How did this person ultimately come to die? That's our job. That's our investigation. That's part of what we do when we agree to take on a case to investigate and evaluate a case. We look to see why the person died. So now let's get back to the headline I asked in the beginning of this video. Can you still go forward and bring a wrongful death lawsuit against a doctor, a hospital, or someone who caused harm if you do not have an autopsy? The answer is yes, you can. But I will tell you, it's going to be a bit more challenging. Why? Because the precise cause of death may never, ever be known. You might be able to put some of the pieces together, and you might be able to imply that certain actions or inactions caused or contributed to this person's death. And in order to do that effectively, we will need to get treating doctors to come in and testify. We may need a pathologist to come and explain the mechanics of how and why this person died and the likelihood of them dying because of what was done or what was not done. So it is possible, but I will tell you it's going to be a bit more challenging. So why do I share this great information with you? I share it with you just to give you an insight and an understanding in how these wrongful death cases work here in the state of New York. You know, I realize and I acknowledge you're watching this video because someone in your family has recently died, and you want to know what the process is for going forward with a case to see whether or not you and your family have a valid wrongful death lawsuit. Well, if this matter happened here in New York, and you're thinking about bringing a lawsuit, but haven't done so yet because you still have questions that need to be answered, what I invite you to do is pick up the phone and call me. I can answer your legal questions. You know, this is something I go through every single day, and I'd love to chat with you. You can reach me at 516-487-8207 or by email at Gerry, Gerry, at oginski-law.com. That's it for today's video. I'm Gerry Oginski. Have a wonderful day.